Hi everyone, welcome back to 8th grade art. We are now at our 8th part of the perspective drawing assignment. And for this, literally all we need is your drawing and a pencil. You don't necessarily need a straight edge unless you need to draw something straight. So here's what we're doing today. Today, now that you've gotten all of your pieces of furniture in and the floor in and posters on the wall and windows and all that, now it's time to start adding embellishments to this. And what I mean by that is think about things that are in maybe your room at home. Light fixtures on the ceiling, maybe lamps on a table, maybe books or decorations, curtains on windows, things like that. So one thing you might want to think about first is a light fixture. There are many ways of drawing a light fixture. The easiest thing to do is you can take ovals and make larger ones in the front, smaller ones in the back. And these are like pocket lights on your ceiling. If you've ever noticed that sometimes ceilings have those are called pocket lights. So that's a really easy way to draw a light fixture. Some of you might want to do something a little fancy. Maybe you could look at Google Images and make yourself a really fancy chandelier type of thing. And for that, maybe it would look something like this. This is something you should definitely look at a picture for. Maybe it has cool things hanging from it. Look at images to get some ideas. Another thing you could do is you could make a ceiling fan. For a ceiling fan, it's pretty simple, just one big circle, like oval type of thing in the middle, and then kind of like these sort of things that look like baseball bats almost, kind of coming out like that. These might be a little shorter because of the perspective, something like that could kind of resemble a ceiling fan, okay? Another simple thing that you could do is just make a simple oval in the middle. A lot of people have those kind of simple light fixtures. Totally up to you, but think about your light fixture first, okay? Another thing that you can do at this point, if you know you're not adding any more one-point perspective, you can erase your vanishing point. You no longer need that. Also, look at your windows. Windows sometimes have curtains on them. Maybe you want to do something like this where you have kind of curved lines going this way, curved lines going this way. You could even put a little tie back here. That's what those are called, tie backs. The part that pulls the fabric away from the window. Maybe you have like a little decorative thing up here. Okay, and that's what a curtain looks like on a window. And because it's a window, maybe it's not just white. Maybe there's something outside of the window. Maybe you've got trees that are outside. You're looking out of your window and you see a tree. Maybe you want to put that. Maybe you put like a playground equipment. Whatever it is you want to do, go for it. Maybe on your bedside table you have a lamp. Maybe it's plugged into the wall and you could add that as a little detail. Maybe you put a little outlet here. Maybe you put stuffed animals on your bed. Maybe these posters in the background are decorated in some way. You might have done that in the last exercise we did, but think about it in this. Maybe on top of your dresser, you've got some books. Think about your own room and what's in it. Another thing you could do, and you would need a straight edge for this. Let me just get my straight edge, 1 second. Another thing you could do is you could do molding along doors and windows. Molding is basically like decorative wood that kind of frames out doors and windows. You kind of want to see that vanishing point again if you're going to do this. And maybe your room at home has molding on it and you could be inspired by that. So just looking around you at your own room could kind of help you get inspired for this. Maybe on your pictures on the wall, you decide they would look a lot nicer if they were in a frame. So maybe you want to make these look like frames. And maybe you want to make it look like some sort of landscape. Maybe there's mountains in the background and like a lake and trees. Again, you can look at Google Images for some inspiration. And that's the basic idea of what you're doing with this. You're just gonna all over the place on your drawing, add lots of embellishments. And the next time you join us, we're going to be coloring these in.